Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good Lord, it is high school day here. Nobody's awake.
Wow, that was good, Commissioner.
Well, it's because nobody's awake here today. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session for Tuesday, December 5th. Happy holidays, everyone. Especially for those of you who will not be with us next week. Happy holidays. And we will begin this morning's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Boyce.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Well, today is one of our favorite days of the year. We, 3 times a year, we recognize our state champions. A couple weeks ago, we also recognized our artists and scholars. We like to do that annually as well. Recognize our outstanding students academically and creatively. So we did that, about a month ago? Couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so we like to recognize young people who are exceptional in all kinds of ways. And so this morning we are recognizing the fall state champions, and we have with us today the Greater Columbus Sports Commission and the Ohio High School Athletic Association. And so with us is Linda Logan from the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. Linda.
Good morning, everyone. So proud to be here representing our great community and, of course, our great partners with the Ohio High School Athletic Association and all of our athletes and administrators, coaches, and families that represent these amazing young athletes. So today, we're representing 6 sports and 8 or 9 of our area high schools. I think not everyone could be here today, but we're thrilled with the great competition, and we're thrilled. So on behalf of the Greater Columbus Sports Commission staff, hats off to them for all that they do throughout the year, the staff and our board. So we're just proud to be here, and happy holidays as well. And I'll introduce Bo Rugg to come and talk a little bit about the high school athletes.
Right. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me today, and I'd like to thank the Columbus Sports Commission for everything they do for interscholastic athletics in the state of Ohio. This truly is a great day, and I agree with Commissioner O'Grady on this because it reminds us what interscholastic sports are all about as we see the wonderful students that come in and we are able to honor them today. And we really appreciate that. We appreciate our 832 member schools in the state of Ohio and what they provide in a learning environment for students in interscholastic athletics. So thank you very much for doing this 3 times a year, and we very much appreciate that.
Well, we are happy to. And so, Marty, we will come out front. The commissioners will come out front, and Marty Homan will take over.
All right. First up, we have Olentangy Liberty Division I Girls Tennis Doubles State Champions. We have Maddie Atway and Danny Schoenle.
Yep. Here's the microphone. All right, so here's how we do this. The coach gets to say nice things about you. And you guys get to introduce yourselves and tell us, like, who you are, what grade you're in, if you're a senior, if you're going to go off to school next year, that kind of stuff. Congratulations.
All right, well, I'm Will. I'm the Liberty coach, and Maddie and Danny, I think they were the first freshman doubles team to win it since the last, 15, 20 years, so I thought that was pretty good, but they worked really hard and played well and ended up winning the state, so that was good.
I'd like to thank my coaches, Coach Tiemann and Coach Shanley, who's not here, along with Mr. Meeker, and my family for sticking with me throughout this journey.
I
I also just wanted to thank all the coaches and our principals and athletic director, Mr. Meeker, for helping us. And I'd like to thank my parents and my friends for supporting me through this journey.
Coach, come on, we'll get a picture here. We are also occasionally equal opportunity here. We, even though they're Delaware County, we still want to thank or congratulate our friends to north of the border. We expect you guys back for like 3 more years.
All right, next we have Dublin Jerome Division I Boys Golf Team State Champions.
I'm gonna let the you guys, since there's a bunch of them. Here, come here, Coach.
My name's Taylor Harley. I'm the head golf coach at Dublin Jerome High School.
These guys are here all the time.
This is our 7th men's golf state championship. Get over a little bit. I get that all the time.
Blocking out the sun there, Commissioner.
So a couple of highlights from this year. We ended the season with an overall record of 276-12. We won 12 of the 19 tournaments that we played in this year. We were sectional champions by shooting a team score of 280, which is 8 under par, a school record. We won our district tournament by shooting a team. We won our district tournament, and then at states, the first day we shot a team score of 295. And our total team score for 2 days was 607, which are both Division I state tournament records now. So, yeah, as well as on the course too, these gentlemen were able to obtain an average of a 3.9 GPA this past quarter in school, which is also awesome. So, thank you very much for having us. I'll have you guys just say your name, what grade you're in, and if you're doing something next year, if you're a senior, let us know.
Ethan Snyder, sophomore. Nick Carlick, senior.
Mason Wagner, junior, and I'll be attending Xavier University in 2 years.
I'm Blake Solomon, and I'm a senior, and I'll be attending the University of Dayton next year.
You play golf?
Yes.
I'm Davis Root, and I'm a senior, and I'll be attending and playing golf at Wright State University.
All right, congratulations. Did we already get pictures?
I want to know if my 2 colleagues are going to get into it.
He has not played golf with these fellas. You guys are a little over our heads.
Central Ohio was also home to the... That was a terrible joke. Central Ohio was also home to the girls Division I golf champions, Olentangy Orange, and the boys Division II golf champions from Columbus Academy, and the boys Division III champions from Worthington Christian. They could not be here today. On to soccer, the Division II boys state champs are St. Francis de Sales. We have captains Chase Egan and Hector Gomez, along with Zach Garrett and Brian Roach.
They wore all their purple on purpose. You had them wear all their purple on purpose, didn't you?
Yeah, you're reading right, right?
Yeah. You did this to make me ruin my morning with all this purple. Congratulations.
I don't know how I ended up with this already, but
Yeah, you're going to talk about these guys.
actually, this is we actually didn't win the state championship. We're here to save the crew. So, no, very proud. Yeah. Okay, we'll talk later about that. But these young men, this year, we were fortunate enough to win the school's 7th state championship in soccer. Very fortunate. My goalkeeper, captain, and Hector Gomez, other captain, they've won 3 out of their last 4 years in high school, which is, I mean, first of all, it's unbelievable. Freshmen winning a state championship, that's great. Congratulations on that, and then everybody else in here today. But just to be able to win 3 out of 4 is it's just not right. Just very fortunate. These kids are not only are they great on the field, they're great students in the classroom. As far as numbers, we played 7 games in a tournament, and we did not get scored on. I'm a stronger believer of that if you shut somebody out, you're probably most likely going to win all the games, right? So, but I'm very proud of these young men. Brian Roach is also a senior, and I think their GPA close to a 4, and we can thank Brian for that because he's 4.4, so he brings the GPA up. And Zach Garrett also is a senior. Obviously, they're all 4 seniors. These guys were our pillar this year of the team, and it'll be very difficult to be replaced. So thanks for having us. Chase?
I'm Chase Hagan. I'm a senior, like he said. Next year, I'm going to Ohio Wesleyan University to play soccer.
Hector Gomez. I'm undecided.
Brian Roach. I will probably be either attending the Ohio State University or the University of Notre Dame, not for soccer.
Zach Garrett, and I will probably be attending Miami or Ohio University.
Robinson, over here. Congratulations. Good luck. Thank you. Good job, Coach.
All right, next we have Pickerington Central, the Division I football state champions.
Thank you. Come on up, guys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Great game. Congratulations. I'm Jay Sherrod. I'm the head football coach at Pickerington Central, and we have 4 of our captains here. We just recently defeated Mentor by Cleveland in the Division I state championship. It was our first Division I state championship, our first state championship, and the gentlemen in front of you right now have been 4-year starters for us. They've played since their freshman year of varsity, and couldn't be happier for them. Couldn't be happier for our community, our school, and we were glad to bring this championship back, and we're honored to be here today. You guys want to introduce yourself?
Gray Ransport. I play linebacker, and I'm undecided right now.
Xavier Henderson. I'll be attending Michigan State for my athletic and academic career.
Trent Gillison. I will be attending Michigan State to further my academic and academic and athletic career.
Jeremiah Wood, and I'm undecided.
Congratulations. Good job. Before, scoot in a little bit so we can get the photo. What do I do? That's huge. Good job, guys.
right, and that is everyone that is here today. I also want to recognize Thomas Worthington, had the Division I girls field hockey state champions and the boys water polo state champions. Thank you.
And to the parents that are here supporting your kids, thank you for that. Without parents here to support your students, you know, it just doesn't happen. And I know how much you care about your students' successes, and that says a lot that you're here today, and thank you for that.
And kids, thank your parents, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't get to all your practices and get to all your workouts and everything without the support of your mom and dad and the rest of your family, so make sure you thank them. So we do this 3 times a year. For some of you guys that came in late, this is a big deal for us. We really appreciate all the hard work, and we like to recognize all the effort that you guys put in. I say this every time, each time we do this. Having been a member of a state championship team when I was a kid, I appreciated when the adults recognized us. But don't let this be, and some of you heard me say this before because there are some of you in the room who we've seen before, and to you freshmen, we expect to see you back here again, hopefully. Keep up the hard work. But don't let this be the biggest moment of your life. When you need to appreciate what you've accomplished, revel in the glory of what you've just done, but then make sure that you go on to bigger and better things in your future. Make sure that you that this state championship is something that you remember fondly, but don't let this be the biggest thing in your life. Go on to bigger and better things, and then have these glory days to remember, and have this in your life to look back on. But go on to bigger and better things. Just use this as a springboard to something more in your life that you've accomplished. So enjoy this time, but go on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Congratulations.
And I just said too, this really is a great moment in your life, and my son is currently the collegiate Division I athlete, and I was a Division I athlete as well. And I can tell you, there was no time like my high school experience. College is a great experience, and it's different among yourselves, particularly at the Division I level, but there's no experience like high school. The friends that you make, the things that you learn, the first experiences that you have, and more importantly, the achievements that you're able to enjoy. And so I would just encourage you to live in the moment and to enjoy this moment, enjoy your friends. I know my son's finding that out now. That he said to me the other day that college athletics is nothing like high school athletics, and he said I enjoyed high school much better. And so enjoy the moment and live in the moment and make the most of it. So congratulations to the student athletes that are here and the parents that are celebrating with them, and I wish you luck in all your future endeavors.
Take care, guys. Good. And you're welcome to stay. We always invite everybody. Stay, learn about county government, Might be more interesting than going back to school, but if you're expected back at school today, by all means, you're welcome to leave right now if you need to. But you're also welcome to stay and learn about county government. Kimball, you're always welcome to leave, buddy. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Congratulations, folks.
No, I'm not. No relation. No relation. All right. Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank
Yep, we'll
you.
see you. Yep, take
Thank
care.
you.
We'll see you, Linda. Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, my son's like, Dad, college is nothing like.
Well, that's the difference. He's playing D1. He's doing D1 track. Liz is doing D3 softball. It's just like high school. Matter of fact, there's high school when you do the big suburban school stuff. There are suburban school districts that have nicer facilities than a lot of D3. John Carroll's fortunate they have nice facilities, but she'll go play some of these D3 OAC schools, where the high schools that she played, like Olentangy Liberty and Dublin Jerome and Dublin Coffin, they've got nicer facilities than some of these D3 schools do.
Yeah, my son, he's like, it's all business, like.
Yeah.
For Division One, they just, boom, boom, practice
All
all
right.
the time.
We
Stuff.
cleared out now? Okay, then let's move on to the sheriff. There he is.
Removed from the table.
Yes. So, yeah, you need to make a motion to remove.
I move to remove resolution number 690-17 from the table.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
The resolution number 690-17 has been removed from the table.
All right. Good morning, Dave. Sorry.
Oh, now, or not, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Move to amend before the resolution is read? Okay.
Yeah.
Move to amend resolution 690-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 690 has been amended. Amended resolution number 690-17. Resolution authorizing a one-year agreement with Criterion Pictures USA Incorporated for the non-exclusive rights to provide viewing access of motion picture DVDs for inmates in the Franklin County Correctional Center in the amount of $3,010.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, Director of Administrative Services, representing Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. This resolution authorizes a one-year contract to allow us to show movies in the correctional facilities to inmates. The reason it was tabled before, we were able to negotiate a lower shipping cost. So this new amended resolution is approximately $1,000 less than the previous one. Pending any questions, I ask approval of this resolution. One more thing, it's also being paid for with inmate funds as opposed to general funds.
Okay. If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of resolution 690-17, amended resolution 690-17.
I'll second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Amended resolution number 690-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 862-17, resolution authorizing a maintenance agreement with Action Target Incorporated for bullet trap cleaning and lead abatement at the Sheriff's Office firing range in the amount of $15,080.
Commissioners, this resolution authorizes a contract for the bullet trap cleaning at our firing range, both the pistol side and rifle side. It will be conducted, I believe, next week in the amount of $15,080. The lead will be properly disposed of per EPA regulations, and pending any questions, ask approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 862-17.
I'll second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 862-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 863-17. Resolution authorizing the software as a service agreement with Power DMS Incorporated to provide a document management system for the Sheriff's policies and procedures in the amount of $28,000.
Commissioners, this resolution approves a contract with Power DMS. They provide a policy management system. We are moving towards, at Sheriff Baldwin's request, we're working towards CALIA certification, which is a law enforcement certification. This is one of the steps in the process. It's estimated that may take 2 to 3 years. Over the course of time, and this particular software will allow us to update our policies and procedures, track the life cycle, revisions, so on and so forth. Pending any questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 863-17.
I'll second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 863-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Animal care and control.
Resolution number 864-17. Resolution authorizing the Franklin County Dog Shelter and Adoption Center to implement a low-cost spay and neuter program for the citizens of Franklin County and their dogs.
Good morning, Commissioners. Deb Finelli, Assistant Director, Franklin County Dog Shelter. Very special day for me today.
I know it is.
The Franklin County Dog Shelter and Adoption Center is here today to ask for your approval of the resolution for the no-cost spay and neuter program called SNIPET to be implemented for the citizens of the Franklin County for the purpose of canine population control. The initiative's twofold. The first being the reduction of unsterilized dogs in the community, which will result in a lower amount of dogs being impounded into the shelter. The second will be for the reduction of the number of unwanted dogs that are euthanized, so it will also reduce our euthanasia numbers as well. Overpopulation of the pets costs taxpayers millions of dollars annually through animal service control programs aimed at coping with the plight of the homeless and unwanted animals. Spay and neutering is an important part of combating this problem. It's the only permanent, 100% effective method to control pet owner population. In 2016, 86.5% of the dogs coming into our shelter were unaltered. When checking into the fact of asking people why don't you get your dog spayed and neutered, cost was the number one factor. I feel that low cost or no cost is the only way to reach this segments of the animal population that really need our efforts. And I'm convinced that these people really want to do the best thing. They want to be responsible pet owners, but they just don't have the funds to do it. And that's why it's so critical that we offer these services to the community. And it'll be a great thing for all of them. We are also going to be focusing on the pit bull population in Franklin County as well, as that 25% of our intake is also pit bulls, and they are desperately in need of having the unaltered services available for them as well. The program that we are proposing is a no-cost spay and neuter for the dog owners. Surgeries will be performed at the shelter by our contract veterinarians. We will provide the spay and neuter, we'll provide the vaccines, we will provide the microchip, and we'll also do a fitness check to make sure that the dog is medically sound to have the surgeries. To be eligible, the owner must be 18 years of age, must be a resident of Franklin County, they must be the owner or keeper of the dog, and they must be a recipient of public assistance programs or meet the poverty levels, 150% of the poverty levels. The program will be regulated by the Ohio Revised Code 955.201 under the Ohio Pet Fund Sterilization Services. The owners can contact the shelter by phone, and that number is 614-525-5454, or they can email to spayneuter@franklincounty.ohio.gov, and we will respond back to them from our medical staff. Our medical staff will be contacting them to talk to them about the conditions of their dog and make an appointment, so it will be by appointment. The funding of this program is going to be handled by a donation fund that we have been working on for several years. It will not cost the taxpayers anything. We will be providing all these services based on the kind and generous donations of our citizens of Franklin County. Everything from kids bringing in their jar of pennies to lemonade sales to bequests from wells have made this whole project possible. And it's a great service to the community. Just to wrap this up, again, I'm hoping that we reduce the number of stray and unwanted dogs within the community, and also entering the shelter, we'll reduce the number of dogs euthanized, reduce the number of dog bites, and we'll reduce the threat to public safety and health from rabies and other diseases. Pending any questions from you, I hope that you approve my proposal.
This has been a long time coming,
Yes,
and
it is.
I know you've been really advocating this for quite a while.
I have.
And I know for us, this has been something we've all wanted to see happen.
Thank you.
Good news.
Thank you so
for
much.
our pet community, for our residents. This is good.
Well, you know, our pets give us unconditional love, and this is our way of passing it back.
Mm-hmm.
Deb, this is the culmination of a lot of good work, a lot of good research.
Thank you.
So we really appreciate all the time and effort that's gone into this, and we're very excited about this, so thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your support.
If there are no comments or questions.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we have,
speakers?
we have a speaker. We have a speaker slip from Vicky Deisner from the ASPCA. Pass that over to. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Commissioners O'Grady, Brown, and Boyce. I am Vicki Deisner. I'm the president of the Ohio Animal Protection Network and former state legislative director for the ASPCA. In that position at ASPCA, I covered 5 Midwestern states, including Ohio and Indiana, and led the effort in Indiana to pass spay-neuter legislation. I would like to thank the Franklin County Animal Shelter for their commitment, long commitment, to sponsor this critically important program, and respectfully urge the county commissioners to support this program that will help Franklin County save lives and save money. According to the ASPCA, recent data released in 2017 shows that approximately 6.5 million companion animals enter shelters in the United States, but approximately 1.5 million companion animals are euthanized. On average, over 100,000 animals are surrendered to animal shelters in every state each year, and approximately 40% are euthanized because of lack of available homes. This sad reality comes at an enormous cost to taxpayers, as local governments funding municipalities and their shelters pay the price to end the life of healthy, adoptable animals. Ohio is lucky to have so many municipal and private animal shelters, as well as rescue groups that focus their efforts on finding permanent homes for thousands of cats and dogs each year. Most of these organizations require that their animals are spayed or neutered before adopting. Increasing the practice of spay-neuter before adoption will reduce the amount of money spent on the needless deaths of our companion animals and will allow local governments to make better use of their limited resources. In Indianapolis, Indiana, a municipality similar in size to Columbus, a collaborative effort of animal welfare agencies worked together to raise awareness of spay, neuter, and adoption services. Data reported by that collaboration shows a sharp decline in countywide euthanasia rates over the past 2 decades. Considered the worst year for Indianapolis on the record, 2000 saw 22,000 cats and dogs euthanized in area shelters. By the end of 2016, that rate had dropped nearly 90%, with just over 2,300 cats and dogs euthanized. At the same time, data showed more pets were being adopted in the Indianapolis area. In 2012, just over 6,200 pets were adopted, compared with, in 2016, 9,500. Over the same period, Indianapolis Animal Care Services reported that 84% of animals brought to the facility were either returned to the owner or adopted. The data from our sister city of Indianapolis shows that implementing the proposed spay-neuter program in Franklin County will save lives and will save money. For all the aforementioned reasons, I respectfully urge the Franklin County Commissioners to support the implementation of a low-cost spay-neuter program. National Spay-Neuter Month is February. Let's get this program approved by Valentine's Day 2018 and commit Franklin County to improving the plight of our homeless animals. Thank you for your time and consideration, and I would be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Vicki, one of the things that you said, and thank you for coming today, one of the things you said was the robust marketing and education program, and I know we're going to need to do that in order to make sure this gets publicized so that we can make an impact in the community. And I know how important that is to get the word out. People have been waiting for this program, and I know the shelter has been waiting for this program. So, you know, we've all been waiting for this program to happen, and I know your advocation is going to be critical, as are the rescue groups, to make this work. So we're going to be depending on everybody to really push to make this a reality.
Hopefully, too, in Ohio, we can get past a mandate spay-neuter bill. Indiana actually passed one. We got one passed in 2015, and they were the 33rd state in the country. But they have a very strong Spay-Neuter Services of Indiana that helps to pull money together, that actually 85% of Indiana is supported, just like the Franklin County is, efforts of the county shelter is going to support that in Franklin County, but we need to move this statewide. But Franklin County can be a leader in Ohio in
Sure.
doing this.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Good. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ready? No more speakers? If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of Resolution 864-17.
I will second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 864-17 has been adopted.
Great.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Great job. Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 865-17. Resolution approving 2 subaward agreements with Goodwill Industries of Central Ohio and Jewish Family Services for workforce development services for Franklin County child support obligors in the amount of $144,740.68.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. So I'm going to start today's testimony with some excerpts from Child Support Enforcement Director Susan Brown's testimony. So as of April 2017, in Ohio, 69% of the debt owed by child support obligors is held by parents who reported earnings of less than $10,000. In Franklin County, on the south side of Columbus, in zip codes 43205, 43206, and 43207, residents have significant challenges such as chronic unemployment, underemployment, poverty, crime, incarceration, and educational deficits. These areas have the highest incidence of infant mortality in the county, according to Columbus Public Health. As of the end of last year, within these 3 zip codes, there were 2,165 cases with support orders, with a total almost reaching $16 million in past due child support. So for the past 4 years, we've partnered with child support through the Compass and Catalyst programs. The Catalyst program targets unemployed obligors who have received a new child support order, while the Compass program provides obligors facing civil contempt charges for failure to meet payments with intervention services in lieu of jail time. Both programs, which are administered by Goodwill and Jewish Family Services, provide individualized career planning and vocational training in addition to job search, placement, and retention services. We know that child support compliance correlates with obligor income, where there's an 82% rate for high income orders and a 30% collection rate for low income orders, making integrative partnerships like this a win-win. Unemployed, non-custodial parents are able to move towards self-sufficiency through employment in single-parent families who are more likely to live in poverty than 2-parent households, are more likely to receive the support payments they're owed, which can be the difference between requiring public assistance and their own economic independence. Over the last contract, our partner served 66 obligors, helping 40 obtain employment with a 68% job retention rate. We hope to expand our reach over the next contract, reaching approximately 70 to 90 obligors. Pending any questions, I ask for approval of this resolution.
So we're really talking about getting these mostly fathers, when we talk about obligors, into job training and jobs so they can provide their families the child support payments that they need.
That's correct, Commissioner. Definitely. And so
to make it a little easier for people to understand, this is about getting families the child support payments that they need so that the children can be getting what they need.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Almost in a 2-generational approach, right? You know, the better equipped the obligor, the father, the parent is to support these payments, the better off ultimately the family will be, the better off the child will be.
Right.
And so helping to think through barrier removal and some of the soft skills training, all the things that go along with sustainability and viability in the workplace, this is a great program.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 865-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 865-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Fleet Management.
Resolution number 866-17, resolution authorizing the settlement of a claim for damage to a 2016 Ford Inceptor SUV.
Good morning.
Morning, Charlotte.
Charlotte Ashcraft, Director of Fleet Management. The resolution before you is requesting authorization to accept an insurance settlement from State Farm Insurance. On August 7th of 2017, one of our vehicles, a 2016 Ford Interceptor marked cruiser, driven by a sheriff's office employee, was involved in an accident. This accident resulted in the total loss of our vehicle. Any potential bodily injury claims will be handled separately from this property damage claim. The party at fault is insured by State Farm Insurance, and they have accepted liability and offered to pay Franklin County $30,043.38 for our property damage. This offer has been reviewed and recommended by the prosecuting attorney's office, and the amount offered fairly compensates the county for the property damage. Pending any questions, I request passage of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 866-17.
I'll second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 866-17 has been adopted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Economic Development and Planning. Thanks, Charlotte.
Resolution number 867-17, resolution authorizing the payment of County Board of Zoning Appeals and Rural Zoning Commission members.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning. This morning we have a resolution to establish and authorize compensation of Franklin County Board of Zoning Appeals members and Franklin County Rural Zoning Commission members at a rate of $75 per meeting, or another amount as determined by the board, and authorizes payment of any and all past due amounts to board members. Historically, the Board of Commissioners adopted zoning in 1948, which also established our Rural Zoning Commission as well as our Board of Zoning Appeals. In the past, we have historically been compensating those members of our boards without any formal policy authorizing the payments. And just as a side note, the board does have the power through the Ohio Revised Code, Section 303.13, under County Board of Zoning Appeals, Term and Compensation, and Ohio Revised Code, Section 303.05, Recommendations of County Rural Zoning Commission, Power and Duties of the Commission. To our knowledge, historically, for at least the last 10 years, our office has budgeted for and paid our board members per meeting, and we just want to make sure that this is formally put into a resolution so we can go ahead and continue to pay those board members for meetings in the future, as well as past payments that need to be made. Pending any questions, we request your approval.
Move for passage of 867-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 867-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jenny. Sanitary Engineers.
Resolution number 868-17, resolution authorizing contract modification 1 with the Elite Excavating Company of Ohio for the Money Back and Brown Road East Sewer Rectification Completion Effort in the amount of $6,739,290.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning,
Marie
Marie.
Strandwich with the Department of Sanitary Engineering. This resolution for contract modification is to extend the contract time and value for unforeseen work in our 2 sewer project areas. The contract time will be extended until December 15th, and the projected contract value increase is $992,000. We will return next year with another contract modification that will provide final quantity adjustments. Pending no additional questions, we request approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 868-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 868-17 has been adopted.
Thanks,
Thank
Marie.
you.
Thank you.
Purchasing.
Resolution number 869-17, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $5,149,782.34.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carl Cuspert, representing the Purchase Department. Commissioners, before I begin, I wanted to remind you that this is my last PO resolution for the year. So this is my last time on the dais.
Then you have other work as Santa to perform around. We get it.
Nice time.
You like that?
I also noticed that he did a little extra grooming to his beard and
I know.
mustache today.
I know. Last meeting, so he can perform other,
Did you,
know.
did you
As
notice?
we
it's-
said, he needs
it's
to
my-
get to the North Pole.
Did you notice
I
it's my
know.
recycle time?
Oh, nice.
My Santa recycle time?
There you go.
So I don't recycle gifts, but it's just my recycle time. Commissioner, this resolution requests your approval of 205 purchase orders. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as availability fund by the county auditor. Pending any questions, I recommend their approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 869-17.
second,
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 869-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 870-17, a resolution approving the issuance of revenue bonds, Trinity Health Credit Group, Series A, 2017 MI of the Michigan Finance Authority in an original aggregate principal amount not to exceed $270 million.
Morning, Commission members. Glenn Pratt with Dinsmore and Scholl. We're Hospital Commission Counsel for this transaction. With me is Brett Justice, the Senior VP for Strategy and System Development for Mount Carmel Health. As you recall, the Commissioners approved financing by Franklin County to the issuance of hospital revenue bonds previously. Trinity and Mount Carmel is making an additional request of the Commissioners as a result of the tax reform legislation pending in Congress and the uncertainty over whether tax-exempt financing will be available in following years. Because of that, Trinity is asking for approval of an additional up to $270 million of bonds to be issued by the Michigan Finance Authority, not Franklin County. But approval is necessary because those dollars would finance facilities at Mount Carmel Health in Franklin County. So at this time, if there's any questions, we're happy to answer them before you consider the resolution.
I would just say that I think this is a very prudent step, in light of the tax reform measures that have been proposed. Essentially, there's a group portion of this, as I see it, that's refunding. And the proposed tax measures could have a dramatic effect on the capacity to do refundings. And so ultimately, what this is doing is saving a lot of funds because they're financing at lower rates with existing bonds. So I think it's a prudent and good step, and I certainly support this resolution. And I also want to say I appreciate Trinity for coming out and briefing me extensively and walking through some of my questions. And so if there are no further comments or questions.
I'd just like to say, I know that we've been advocating on behalf of supporting changes to that effect that it's going to have that will be negative for these bond transactions. And I know that we don't know what the actual effect will be, but I agree this is a move that makes sense and is a prudent action to be taken. And, it's unfortunate that we're at this time. So I agree with you, Commissioners. So.
Okay. If there are no further comments or questions, move for passage of 870-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 870-17 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
I just want to make sure these are all being done under negotiated sale, too?
Yes,
Okay.
public offering with a syndicate led by Bank of America Merrill Lynch and Goldman Sachs and some others.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 871-17, resolution authorizing appropriation adjustments for the county's wellness incentive and public transportation benefit program, termination payouts, workers' compensation expenses, and to offset budgeted vacancy reductions.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget. Commissioners, this is the annual review of the agency's appropriation levels to ensure that payroll obligations are met prior to the end of the year. This year, there's transfers of appropriations within the general fund of just under $5.7 million, while across 12 different non-general funds, transfers of appropriations of $2.4 million. There are no supplemental appropriations in either the general fund or the non-general funds. pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage of 871-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 871-17 has been adopted.
Antoine, do we have any journalizations?
There are none today.
Okay, well, that concludes the agenda for December 5th. We will see everybody next week.
And